Alrighty, everyone, welcome back, and we are shifting gears to Mental Research Institute, better known as MRI. Alright, I'm turning my brain off from Milan, and I'm turning on MRI because sometimes it does take you to do that. So give me a minute, and we're going to get started with the practice of systemic therapy. These are your key terms. Now, I believe that MRI is a little less, more. It's less, oh God, what is this word? Overwhelming than Milan is. I will say that because they sometimes kind of like clash with one another, and some of these terms you hear from cybernetics, right? Because remember, MRI is actually one of the main of your systemic models that draws from general systems theory. So that's why you see first order and second order change up there. Do we really need to go over first order and second order change? No, yes. I mean, we've been like beating this in the bush with first order and second order change. Your first order change, it is superficial, right? It is just the existing rules that is within a system that is going to be changed. The parents are starting to yell less, but they're still going to be criticizing, probably slightly controlling, still doing some of the same things that they were doing. So it's just superficial change. It's temporary, and the system might go back to where it came from, right? Second order change. This is the alter. This is the shift. This is a new meaning. This is the rules, and everything of the system has been changed. Now the parents are more collaborative, and they are less criticizing because they are actually sitting down and communicating with the son or the daughter and problem solving with them. That is your second order change. Problem as an attempted solution. The solution is the problem. Okay? You seem to think that this solution that you've been doing this whole time is helping you, but it's not. It's maintaining the problem, and you need to see that, right? The partner gives constant reassurance, but her anxiety is still high. His anxiety is still the exact same way. You giving a constant reassurance is not helping the anxiety. It's keeping the anxiety right where it is. So what does that mean? You got to try something new. You got to give that up and try something different, right? More of the same. It is repetitive. It is something that is reinforcing the problem. That solution that you think is working is reinforcing the problem. It's keeping the problem right where it is. And one of the biggest examples is, and I see this in a lot of questions, constantly giving a punishment and the punishment don't work. And the thing about it is, I see this with a lot of my families. You keep giving that punishment and you see that it's not working. I don't care how many times this kid does this, how many times this kid is doing that. You keep giving that same punishment and they just keep on doing it over and over again. You gotta try something new. More of the same. That solution is the problem that is maintaining that problem, if that makes sense. Now, let's do this. The report function. This is the content of the message. Now stay with me because I'm going to kind of alter back between the report and the command here that we're talking about. Please take out the trash. That's me saying take out the trash, right? But my command is like, I'm over you right now. You're defiant. You don't listen to me. You're irresponsible because I already told you 3 times. That's the tone that I've had, right? The report is what's being said, but that command is that relationship behind that report, right? Oh God, please take out the trash. But my tone says, I done told you 10 times already. Why won't you just do what I tell you to do? That's the command. Meta communication. Here it is again. That's the communication about the communication. The way that you're communicating to me, I'm letting you know how it makes me feel. The communication about the communication. Complementary relationships. It is a one up, one down interaction. Dominant and the compliant child. You can take a parent that is like the disciplinarian, but the child complies. That's a complementary relationship. Symmetrical is what? Escalating, mirroring one another, right? 2 teens that argue louder and louder with one another, right? The relationship is similar, the same. They mirror each other. And then also when you think about the symmetrical escalation, I'm yelling, you yelling louder. Yell louder, I yell louder. You louder, I yell louder. But the relationship is that the roles are going to mirror one another and they are going to escalate one another, right? When we look at positioning, this is one of your paradoxical interventions, right? This is the absurd. It's something that is crazy. It is something that is ridiculous. It is exaggerated. And it's meant to be impossible in order for this client to do, hoping that they are just going to do what? Change it. Give it up, because obviously you don't need it, right? And then one of the examples that I have used before, there's one here that you can use, but I know there's another one where they say like the husband and wife came in because they feel like they were arguing, and then the MRI therapist tells them to go home and argue for 20 minutes like on a Wednesday night or something, and if you can't find something to argue about, then make it up. Do you want to do it or not? Because you don't really have to, right? So then we also have the restraining of the change, the paradoxical warning against changing that is too fast. Be careful, you don't want to change too fast, right? Something else is down, and I believe it's cut. I don't understand why it's cut off, but that's okay. I will share this this PDF with each and every one of you, and just like I said, if you are not in the group me chat, I will put it in the description of this video. Please join, because that's where all of the PDFs will be going for all of the rest of the videos moving forward. Alrighty, so domain 2, assessing, hypothesizing, and diagnosing. Now the assessment phase comes with just, we need a brief description of the problem. We need to be looking at some of those behavior and interaction patterns that has been maintaining the problem. And we are going to intervene with the use of a paradoxical intervention. That is it for your assessment phase for MRI. There's no anything about diagnosing or anything like that. A lot of these models are not really big on like a DSM-5 diagnosis, okay? So we're going to move on to designing and conducting treatment. This is going to be your some of our favorite parts with this, as well as domain number 4. Who is involved with therapy for MRI? 1 or 2 family members, but there's also a team approach. 10 sessions. The therapy is going to end whether the symptom has been relieved or not. That is your treatment duration for MRI. Remember, Milan is 10 sessions, 1 month apart. MRI is just flat out 10 sessions. If you don't have the symptom relief that you were looking for when you first stepped into my office, too bad, too sad, get out of my office, right? Your goals for MRI is second order change. That is it. That is all. If you get to first order change, is that a goal for MRI? No, it's not, because second order change is the goal for MRI. Now, this is your phase of therapy. Now, let's take a look at this. It's not nothing to be looking too much deep into. It's not something to be looking too depth in. What you see here is what it is. You're going to introduce a treatment group, let them know, hey, it's a team approach. Yeah, we're going to be watching y'all. We know what y'all doing. We see what y'all doing. We're going to be working with you. We need the definition of the problem. We got to know what's going on. What's maintaining the problem? That unwanted behavior that you have, what is maintaining? Obviously, it's probably that solution that you think is working, and it's not working because that solution is maintaining that problem, right? Then we need to set our goals, right? And then we're going to start using some of those interventions, positioning, prescribing the symptom, or restraining, and then you're going to terminate. It's nothing too big. It's not as crazy as we think it is. Actually, once you start to understand both Milan and MRI, you have fun with it. You're going to enjoy these 2 models once you have clarity and understanding, and it's not going to seem so scary to you once you have that. Again, we are checking our understanding after we go over these models, because what's the point of doing it if you don't even understand what you're reading, right? So what is the main goal of MRI? We just talked about that. We need to get to second order change. Some of those symptoms that is being held within that family system is causing people to feel like they're losing their mind, nothing is working, nothing is changing, because the same solutions that they are doing is maintaining the problem. You need to do something new. We need to alter, we need to shift the entire family system so that we have more what? More healthy interaction patterns and behaviors within the functionality of the family systems. What are attempted solutions? The same ones that keeping us stuck in a problem in the first place, right? You keep doing more of the same, you're going to get more of the same solutions that you are getting. What is the differences between MRI and Milan? This is where you get to take that opportunity to walk yourself through the difference between the goals of Milan and the goals of MRI. If you can do that, that tells me you have clarity and understanding over both of these models. And there is nothing that anybody can tell you when it comes to Milan and MRI. Once you finish watching this video, ask yourself, what is the difference between Milan and MRI? Write it down. Leave it in the comment section. I want to know how each and every one of you understand the differences between Milan and MRI. I really want to know. What are the differences between Milan, MRI, and strategic? Now I'm one-upping you because we've done all of these models. All of them. We've weighed heavily on each and every one of these models. What is the difference between the three of those and what are the similarities? That is your homework. Oh my God, I'm giving homework tonight. That's your homework. Write down the differences between Milan, MRI, and strategic. Talk your way through the differences between Milan, MRI, and strategic. And I want to hear it. If you want to video yourself discussing the differences between Milan, MRI, and strategic, post it. Send it to me. I don't care. Whatever it takes, I want to know. But then I also want to hear about your similarities. I want to know how you understand each of these models and how you can apply it to these questions that we are going to be doing. Alrighty, everyone. If you still have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave me a message. Please send me an email, whatever the case may be. If you feel that this video or my channel helps you in any way possible, please donate. Please, please, please leave me a super thanks. All of the money that I'm using is going to be going towards new test banks, new study programs, so that I can continue to help each and every one of you all pass the MFT National Exam. I'm with you all until the long run. We're going to cross that finish line together. I will talk to you all soon.